What up people, Leo here from Creative Tech Lab. Welcome. Hopefully you enjoyed that opening sequence as much as I enjoyed filming it. Big up to my brother Kevin for helping me do it, but as you could guess from that sequence and the title and everything, we are doing kind of a hybrid video. We are talking about what's in my camera bag in 2020, and this is also my little review of the Wandrd PRVKE 21 liter backpack. Still one of the best backpacks for the value on the market. So this video might be a little bit longer than usual, but we're going to talk about why I chose this bag when I did and why I still like it. And then we're going to get into what's in the bag, the couple features on the outside of the bag, and little things that give it a little bit more oomph than some of the other bags. And then we will talk about the pros and the cons and some things that I think I can improve, but just want to set the expectations because this video might be a tad bit longer than usual. But first and foremost, welcome to Creative Tech Lab. My name is Leo. This is the YouTube channel to accompany our website, creativetechlab.com. Big up to the 1,500 people that are here on our little platform. I am humbled every single time I see somebody subscribe. This is probably your first time here. The only thing that I ask is that you watch this video in its entirety, and then if you like it, drop it a like. If you don't, drop it a comment and tell me why. But let's get into it. The Wandrd PRVKE 31 liter bag. So I've had this bag for about a year now. Reason that I got this bag when I got it. So before, I had a Kenneth Cole bag that I loved. It was just a regular laptop bag. And I did a video previously on how to convert that bag into a camera bag using a camera cube. I'll link that up here or down here for anybody that wants to get into that. I use a Wandrd camera cube to get that organization for that bag. However, coming up on last year, I started accumulating a little bit more gear. I was using just a little point and shoot camera. The RX100 is actually my overhead camera right now. But I had a drone, I had a gimbal, I had all that stuff. So I wanted an official camera bag. So I went on the search down the bag rabbit hole. You know, there's a ton of different bags there, Case Logic. I looked at Peak Design, I looked at Lower Pro, Tactic, I looked at Brevity in particular, and I kept coming back to this bag, not just because of the design, I like the look of it, but it had everything that I wanted in terms of organization in the way that it was laid out. So let's get into that here as quickly as possible. So I go into the two of the main things that led me to this bag. One was the size. So it comes in two sizes, 21 liter, 31 liter. My laptop bag that I had before was a pretty large bag, and sometimes when it is that I'm traveling, even if I have my gear, I'm a wife, I have two kids, I might have to carry the kids' iPad. Sometimes the wife wants me to carry her laptop on top of my gear in my backpack, and I want to keep everything in there. But the other thing is that when it is that I'm traveling, I'm taking a long trip like we did last year to Singapore and Asia, I don't like to check any of my gear into my checked luggage. So I'm trying to carry as much as possible. So as much that can fit into the backpack, and then every once in a while, some of the things may have to go into my roller, into my carry-on. So that's why I wanted a 31 liter. So then the next main thing is when it is that I'm traveling, I want the bag to be as secure as possible in terms of pickpockets. That's something that I'm always concerned of anywhere in the world that I am, even here in the States. So I wanted something that was only accessible. The main stuff in the bag was only accessible from the back of the bag. And this bag does this to a T. So the first thing, let's flip it around here, is the first feature here is this little pocket right here. If you do travel a lot, this pocket right here is for your passport and wallet and stuff, and it has these little, see I still have stuff in here. I think there might still be some money in here. But yeah, the passport and your wallet sits flush on your back right there, which is pretty awesome for starters. So you know that stuff is always secure. It's always on your back, down at the bottom. As long as the bag is on, you know that's secure. In the back of your mind, you never ever think what's going on there. So then let's get inside the bag, and then I'll show you what's in the camera bag, and then we'll get into all the other features, the straps, the other compartments, the top, the bottom. Ooh, another cool little thing right here before we get into that, we have to open stuff up. The handles, magnets, nice touch right there. Boom, but let's see how Leo has his bag laid out and what's popping in his camera bag. So open that up and boom. So first things first, the main camera that's there. So as I said, when I first started shooting, I had the RX100. I'm shooting on A6400, but I have gone full frame. Sony A7 III here. I did end up going full frame. I was waiting on either the A7 IV or the new A7S, but with everything that's going on in the world right now, I couldn't wait any longer, so I went ahead and got this. So this is my main camera body, and I am loving it so far. Lens that sits on this camera the most currently, and I even love this lens on the A6400 as well, but the Tamron 17-28. It's my wide angle lens. It's my vlog lens if I need it to be. I don't need it to be the extra 60 millimeters that this like the 16-35 Sony G Master. It's lighter than that. It is way less expensive than that, obviously. I did wish that it did go up to 35. That would make it a little bit more usable, but I shoot video a lot, and with clear image zoom, I can punch in a little bit more on the clear image zoom there and get a little bit more out of it. So the Tamron 17-28, awesome lens, and that f2.8 makes it clutch in not just low light conditions, but can get you a little bit of background separation there, that bokeh we have going on. So that's the main camera. But even though that's my favorite lens and that's my walk around lens, that's a vlog lens, that's an everyday lens, when it is that I'm traveling or whatever, I like the focal length 24-70. We did go with the Sigma 24-70 over the Tamron 28-75, just because when it is that I'm traveling, I'm trying to get a bigger range. The 24 is way more important to me because I could still vlog with that. It's wide enough for landscapes, and then the 70 carries you all the way where you need to carry it there and gets you some great compression, especially with that 2.8. I've had this lens for a few weeks now, and there's a ton more stuff that I was supposed to shoot with it, but obviously since we're all stuck inside, I haven't been able to do that. So full review on this coming soon, but this is the main legs. As you can see, it's a beast, so it takes up a lot of space here in the bag. And then let's see here, couple other lenses that I do walk around with right now. So the new Sony 20mm f1.8G. This is a super lens. I got this one when it came out. I pre-ordered it because I thought it was going to be a hot lens, and I just wanted to see what the hype was about. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it, and it has really grown on me. I don't have the 24mm G Master. I don't think I'll ever get it because I have this lens. It's an awesome lens for video shooters with the aperture ring on the camera. I didn't think that'd be a big deal, but I can tell you once it is that you have it in hand, it feels awesome. Check out my cinematic footage that I did, cinematic test footage that I did on that. That's cool there. And then probably a couple more B-rolls since we're stuck in the house will be shot with this, and then full review coming on that as well. And then the other lens that we have, last but not least here, we have the Sony 85mm f1.8. I haven't been able to use this as much, but product photography and videography looks super dope on this. Obviously, it's great for portraits and is really flattering on faces there. I don't like this not just on the full frame camera, but it was also really good on the A6400. The homie Gilbert, who, if you don't know who Gilbert is one of the biggest fans here on the channel and an awesome photographer. Check out his work on gilberttv.com. Gilbert recommended this lens because he has an A7R and A6400. He loves it on both, and I can tell you this is pretty dope. Full review coming on this as well soon. And then we have my little compact microphone here. This is the Rode Video Micro. I don't always use the Rode Video Micro though. The main camera compact microphone that I use is actually on my camera, and that's the Movo MVXR. Probably messing up that name, but yeah, the Movo version of that is the one that I prefer there. And then lastly here, just a couple more pockets. So as you can see, I do have some space here. I am shooting up top with the RX100. If I was traveling, that would be tucked in right here. And then recently, I have been traveling with two bodies. So this little space that you see right here is where I would tuck in the A6400 without a lens here. Could stick right here, or if I needed to stick and the 16mm on there, I could stick that in here as well. So there is room for a little bit more for another body and maybe a lens or two, or the RX100 or whatever. But this is the main camera area right here. Let me also, before I get into the main reason, another main reason why this bag is so awesome, which is this top compartment right here. Let's just get into these pieces right here. So laptop sleeve, 15-inch MacBook Pro, 2018 MacBook Pro. That's my main editing machine right there. This is space for a tablet. I do not have a tablet right now, so I don't use it. I normally just stick my SD cards and stuff like that, and dongle or whatever normally sits down in here for the computer, or again, like I said, when I'm traveling with the wife, some extra stuff might go down in here. As mentioned before, this is the main layout of the bag, and then this portion up here is where everything else sits. I'm gonna get into this real quick. The quick release open up there, so you know all these bags have side access, so when it is that you're walking around there, you have side access. And then you can, I have my extra batteries in here, so you can see there, drone filter sit in here. You could put some memory cards and stuff if you wanted to in there. So that area is super cool as well. And of course, you could just pop the camera out if you wanted to. You get your shot, stick it back in, zip it back up, and be on your way. And this piece zips up here, just so when you're opening it up and down, nothing pops out there. All right, so sit the bag back up on this side. So the main reason why this bag is so awesome, and we'll get into the other little accessories after that, but we'll stay to the main content. The main reason what makes it set this bag apart from every other bag out there, aside from maybe one or two others, is this piece right here. It's the roll top. It looks kind of funny at first when you first get to it, but this comes out here. So I have my main gear obviously down in the bottom that you just saw, and then from here up to here, I could put a whole bunch of other gear. However, if you need to stick clothes or just more stuff, and more stuff is so high, you can't even see it here, you could put stuff all the way up to here, which extends the bag, which is super dope. So let's just see what we have stuck into this area. I'm gonna slide this off to right here like this, and then let's see what's in the roll top in the top compartment here. It's almost like the circus when you see people keep coming out the car. It's kind of crazy. Peak design strap here. This is pretty amazing. This is the leash or whatever. You have the little straps there. Both cameras have the Peak design joints and them couple straps there. Woo! The Mavic Air, my little compact drone. I do not have the Mavic Pro, nor would I want it right now, just because that would not fit into the bag. Mavic Air there. Drone is my drone of choice right now. What do we have here? We have a charging brick, Anchor charging brick. Super clutch there on the road when it is that stuff gets kind of hectic. Pelican case, still rocking the Pelican case with the SD cards there. For my SD cards, you have the mini ones over here. We have the main SD cards there for when it is that you're rocking on the road. Shockproof, water resistance, all that stuff to keep your stuff safe there. What is this? Top handle. Shout out to the homie Mark Bone for introducing this to me. Even on your small mirrorless cameras, it's good to have a top handle on there. When you don't want to set up a gimbal, you slide this into the cold shoe, and then you could get some smoother cinematic footage. You just let gravity do its thing there. More to come on this. I have a video coming up about getting stable footage without a gimbal there. Let's see here. Drone. Remote there for the Mavic Air, still staying compact. And then what we have here, we're starting to have some pieces for the gimbal. That's mount the gimbal there. Ooh, and then we have the gimbal here. We have the Zhiyun Weebill, just the Weebill Lab. I did not get the Weebill S. Zhiyun did not send me the Weebill S, so we don't have the Weebill S. I don't need it right now for the setup that I have. Everything is good. Gorilla Pod. There's normally actually two of these in here. One is actually setting up my overhead camera right there. I have a super ghetto setup. But Gorilla Pod there, that's a 3K. I might need to get a 2K. Woohoo! This right here is actually a new addition. This is the Moment Variable ND filters. If you're into ND filters and you're familiar with that guy from Toronto's ND filters, this is a great alternative to it because it sits in a lower price range but still gives you some great quality. What else we have in here? we have drone batteries. So I have the Fly More combo for the drone. So it comes with 2 extra batteries there. So you could keep flying because you know they don't last that long. This is the tripod feet for the gimbal. So where you could hold it and do all your little lower shots or just stand it up there. Everybody needs one of these, the little blower thingies to keep dust out of your keep the dust out of your gear and keep it clean there. Whew. Think tank bag. This one's pretty cool. This is the cable management here. The thing that's cool about this is obviously it's see-through, but these little red things right here to keep your cables organized is super cool. So not only can you see in, but you reach for one of these, you pull it out, nothing ever gets tangled in these bags. It's super awesome there. And I think that might be it. Oh, and then last, is that it? Last but not least, step-up ring. So most of my lenses are 67mm thread, but the big boy, the Sigma 24-70 is a 82mm. So I just get the biggest filters and then use the step-up rings here. This one is from Polar Pro and it's actually pretty dope there. Stick that right there. But you could see everything that's on the table right here, and we fit all that just into this small compartment of the bag. So this is super dope, and the reason why I like this bag. And again, if you needed to extend it more and put more stuff into the bag, you could do that. I'll get into the cons here in a little bit, but let's just get into a few more things on the outside of the bag that we have not yet. Let me move all this out the way. Here. We're back, clear. So, all right, so those are the main features of the bag. Let's just close it out here by all the other little things. It's actually the little things that put the stuff over the top. So as far as other compartments here, we have the front compartment here. This typically holds my laptop charger. You could stick a book in here depending on how thick it is. You don't want it too bulky here, but my laptop charger normally sits in here along with a few miscellaneous items there when it is that we're traveling. This portion right here is your water bottle holder. You could see this is a 32-ounce water bottle. They did a really good job of making this nice and stretchy if you wanted to. But typically I either have like the gimbal stuck in here or the monopod that I'm actually using right now to hold up the camera. This went in here when it is, this goes in here sometimes when it is that I want to, or you could you could definitely fit a mobile tripod in here. Let's see here, on this top right here, let's get that on the overhead cam there as well. I normally stick microfiber cloths in here because I always need these to clean my lenses and my filters there. Sunglasses and stuff normally go in here as well, or when I'm going through security, my sunglasses and AirPods, pop them off, stick them down in here, easy access. We have another little pocket right here for keys. You could put your keys onto this and keep them nice and secure there. When it is that I'm traveling though, I'm not necessarily rocking with keys. So when I'm out traveling, sometimes I might stick my ND filter just in here so I have quick access. I know where that is there. Also on the back of the bag right here, these little clips right here, there's some other fasteners where you could fasten something on the bag. So when it was as in Bali, we took a big hike up on Mount Batur, if any of you guys are familiar with that. I was actually able to strap the monopod onto the back of the bag here, which is super duper cool. Comfort. So most of you are probably thinking, you have all that stuff in the bag, how does it work on comfort? These straps are super duper comfy. It's cool. It says cool on the back. Even when I was traveling in hot climates, I didn't feel like it was too much. And we did quite a bit of walking, hiking to waterfalls, hiking to the top of Mount Batur. It has the sternum strap right here for support. And then these are removable, but these are the waist straps here. They're removable, but I keep them on there, particularly just to give you that extra support when it is that you're traveling with all that gear. And then another key kicker, the little things again that they thought about is this compartment here. So there's one more compartment on the bottom of the bag here. It actually houses these straps that I was talking about here before that you could use to connect something to the bag. But this was another selling point for me because we were going to Bali. I'm from Jamaica. Typically when we're traveling somewhere tropical. And if you're from a tropical climate, you know how quick the weather can change. Even though the zippers are weather resistant, in a heavy downpour, I wanted to make sure that I had something that would make me completely secure. So they have a rain fly that sits in the bottom that travels with you at all time. You stick this over the bag, you zip it up there or fasten it up, and then you are completely secure. So that was another major selling point for the bag there. Couple other minor things on the bag. So if you look here on the front, you have little straps here for your filters or your lens caps. You could stick them here so you don't have to go in and out of the bag when you need to. And then if you wanted to attach other things to the bag up here, you can as well. Let's just get into my cons just really quick before we knock this video out here real quick. So, couple of cons. One, I'm definitely not easy on the bag. The bag opens on the bottom, so this area right here, as you could see, it's only been a year, but it does look a little beat up. I might reach out to them and just say, hey, what's the deal with this if mine is wearing and tearing as it's supposed to? But this is to be expected. Again, if I'm hiking and something, I need to get something out the bag, I'm dropping it down, it's getting beat up on that area. That's minor. One thing that I do wish the bag had was on this area right here where the laptop sleeve is. I actually wish they had probably a mesh housing right here for me to stick a couple more accessories on it right here. I feel like if somebody even did a custom solution to put some mesh on here, even if it was just like on this half right here, and I could stick my filters and stuff in here, that would be super dope because I have that on my laptop bag. That's one thing. The other thing is this little area right here, depending on how full stuff gets in the upper compartment, sometimes it's hard to get stuff in and out of there, but that's just on you and how much you fill this up. And then the last little pet peeve, which is not even a pet peeve, it's just kind of a give or a take. Because you could fit so much stuff into this area right here, it's kind of disorganized. So there's no real organization up here. Wandrd does have a solution for this though, which is going to be in a video coming up soon. Depending on when you're watching this, it will be linked. But they do have a new cube, a new miniature cube that fits in this area here if you do want some more organization for just say another camera or more lenses and stuff. And then they also have a Pro Cube that goes all the way from here up to here. So I'm actually going to do a video on those new cubes coming up soon. So you'll see that probably sometime this week as well, or whenever it is that you're watching this video. Look for it linked down in description. But that's it. That's the only little cons, and they're not real cons. Nothing to really stop me from recommending the bag or buying the bag. And again, I've had it almost for a year now. I can confidently say it is one of the best on the market. Anyway, if this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, please go ahead, drop it a like, mash up the other buttons, drop it a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification buttons for more videos like this, more camera gear, more audio stuff, anything to do with creativity will be on this channel. And you don't want to miss out on the other stuff that's coming out. But not to ramble on anymore, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.